Welcome to
Guatemala.
We started our trip off in Antiqua, Guatemala, which was a beautiful, beautiful town. Is it a city or a town?
Well, I'd call it a town. It's like a little colonial town about an hour away from the airport.
You will see a gorgeous architecture throughout Antigua, and it's surrounded by volcanoes, so you get stunning views. There's loads of viewpoints that you can do throughout the city as well.
And then there's a main square in the middle of it that a lot of street vendors would be in, selling like dessert, a lot of ice cream carts around, and a big fountain in the middle, and it's gorgeous.
We spent 3 days here to try and climatize ourselves before doing the Acatenango hike.
Yeah.
Most people that are like staying in Antigua are going to be doing this very famous volcanic hike.
Oh my god.
It's a must-do thing. One of the hardest things. One of the hardest hikes ever.
But so rewarding.
We did the hike with Wichos and Charlie. We definitely would recommend them.
Even if you don't have all the gear, like they have a lot of gear that you can rent. So they have jackets there, they have gloves, they have your hiking pole.
Guys, I would definitely recommend get the hiking poles. 100% you need the hiking poles, especially for the way down.
Once we had everything and we rented all the gear that we needed to get, we jumped on their little shuttle bus that brought us all the way up to the start point of the mountain.
Yeah, it's about a 40-minute drive to the starting point. When you get to the starting point, they give you a rundown of like how high you're going to climb, how many breaks you're going to get. Like 2 other people doing the hike with us in that group, and another girl got a lift up to the top of the mountain. Jealous.
They have these like jeeps, like 4x4 jeeps that basically drive people up the mountain that mightn't be able to hike, or maybe they just thought they're not into hiking but they still want to see the views. Unfortunately, we also saw a lot of like horses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Real like old world, like people that were getting like horses up.
And the horses looked,
they looked absolutely like we were wrecked.
I was tired. I could
like.
barely walk myself, let alone a horse carrying your bags and you're like a person on top going up this steep incline. Like, talk about animal cruelty. I do not.
No.
Do not do that to the poor horse.
Yeah, we started the hike, and I swear to God, it was the first while was a little bit flat, but I'd say 5 hours of like going up the steepest stairs you've ever gone up. Like it's crazy intense. Like
I was a good like 10 minutes behind the rest of the group. I was like, go ahead. I have to give yourself your own breaks. Do it at your own pace and take your own time. Luke is well able, and the other people in the group were well able. I just couldn't keep up. I was like, right, I'll make it to that tree and I'll have a little rest. I couldn't even make it to that tree. I was doing like every 2 steps. I was just like.
But you made it the same as the rest of us. Like you weren't lagging.
I still did it, but I was enjoying my own view. I was looking in nature around me, and there's other groups that are going the same like trail and the same track that you're going. So you get to meet a lot of people, and there's other people struggling as well. And just do it at your own time. They're like, "Where's your group?" And I was like, "They're well ahead." Like, but I didn't care. I was finding it so hard to breathe. When you get up to the top, you do forget about the drama because you're just looking at this insane landscape. I had never seen a volcano erupt before in my life, and I'm so glad I pushed myself to do it. But we were actually really lucky in the beginning because it was very overcast and it was quite cloudy. It wasn't blistering sun and it wasn't really hot.
I'd say about 3 hours up, we stopped for our lunch, and like you've never tasted your lunch like you've tasted it when you've like walked that much uphill.
It's so rewarding.
And after that, then we had like another say 2.5 hours or whatever, and then it started really raining. Like it started, we had massive ponchos though, so it didn't really make any difference. Like it was actually kind of nice, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was nice and cooling and refreshing, and we had some really nice emotional support dogs along the way.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing you don't think about is like the dogs.
The dogs guide you and they support you along the way, and they do the hike, run the hike. Now I suppose they do have 2 extra legs, but
they just live on the mountain. Like they're living there.
They do provide like it's maybe like a glamping shipping container with a bed and a mattress and loads of blankets and sleeping bags. As other companies do just have tents, and it just be freezing, especially in the rain if you get wet.
Because it gets absolutely freezing at night.
So cold.
We actually went for a little nap, and then
we were so tired.
And then the guy who was our guide, actually, he gave us a little, he knocked on the door of the cabin and said like hot chocolate. Now we were asleep probably for about an hour after we got up there, so waking up to that was so nice, and we had a bit of hot chocolate and watched some of the eruptions happen.
When we did first get up there, it was very cloudy. We couldn't really see the volcano, and we were like, oh god, I really hope we actually get to see it. Hope it clears up, and finally it did clear up. So we got to see the lava at night time. You can also go up to the summit for sunrise. We decided not to do it because we were actually both just so exhausted.
Because it took us that long to get up there. I think I just rather just enjoying the little base camp when we were up there and taking pictures and looking at the volcano. Yeah. And I know you could have done that when you did the sunrise hike, but I just kind of wanted to take it. I knew we were doing the hike down, so I just wanted to take it all in.
Your body does get tired, especially on the way down. Like, it does put a lot of pressure on your joints and your knees. Your body is just exhausted.
Like, I'd say fitness wise it's harder to go up, but like definitely going down you have to be much more careful with how you're walking, what you're walking on. You're not slipping. You have to use your poles like I'd say 10 times more than you would on the way up, like for me anyway.
They collect you from your starting point the next morning, and they bring you back to the office where you first got ready, and they give you like a little sandwich and a little bottle of Corona, which is such a nice touch.
Yeah, it was beautiful, and it never taste so good.
It's such a nice touch, so we were very appreciative of that. We would definitely recommend booking a nice accommodation for the day after, that you can literally just sleep and chill and take your time, order pizza, do whatever.
That's what we did.
That's exactly what we did. We did not leave our bed. We just literally lay there and was like, we're not moving. Also, the shower you get when you come home is like pure heaven.
You really need it. You really need it.
It's pure heaven. You're so happy to see your shower, and you're so happy to see your jammies and your bed. We spent another like 2 days in Antigua just to kind of be really familiar with the town.
Get the feeling back in our legs. Like going upstairs, so funny because our room was on the first floor when we came back from the hike. So when we were going up the stairs, we were like, oh, my legs! Like you felt like such an L fella.
We couldn't walk properly, even when we were like walking down the street. If we had to get down off the curb or cross the road, it was a challenge. When we fully got ourselves back on track and got our energy levels back up, we decided to make a trip to Lake Atitlan. Lake Atitlan is absolutely stunning. It's the deepest lake in Central America, and it's surrounded by volcanoes. We stayed in San Pedro, which is more of the busier side of things. There's more restaurants, there's more cafes.
But we took day trips out to a few of the different places and kind of saw what it was like on the other ones. But I think we were kind of glad to be staying where we were staying.
Yeah.
Because there was a good choice of restaurants compared to the other ports.
Yeah, it seemed a little bit busier. We did take a day trip to San Juan, and that seemed a lot quieter, and there was just a little bit more of a different vibe. It's gorgeous street art, really, really colourful town. And then we also took a day trip to the main area, Panajachel.
Yeah.
And that's a lot busier. It is the city, and that's where the bus drops you. It's the main port.
Yeah. I'm glad that we stayed where we stayed because we kind of got out across the lake. I think it took us about probably 40 minutes to an hour to get to.
Yeah, and it's a bumpy journey, guys.
Yeah.
Do not be hungover going on this boat.
No.
It was really nice. We did a painting class one of the days, which was really therapeutic.
Yeah, very wholesome.
It was a really, really nice, relaxing day. We didn't really do much. It's not a whole lot to do. A lot of people do the Spanish school in Lake Atitlan, and that's based in San Pedro as well. That's really popular. You definitely would have seen it on TikTok. We also stayed in an accommodation for Luke's birthday. I booked it especially for him for his birthday present. It was really, really nice, and you got a gorgeous view of the lake.
Are you well? Because you're looking well.
We had an amazing time. The hike was definitely a huge highlight. It's something that I will never ever forget.
Absolutely, yeah. It's up there in the most memorable, definitely the best hike of my life.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I got to experience it with Luke.
What a way to spend my birthday.
So we had an amazing time in Guatemala. So our next country that we're going to is Costa Rica.
Oh, slots, toucans. Can't wait.
See you next time, guys.